Miss no sleep by the bitch ass nigga tryna copy this wave. I promise them facts. Whole lot of talking, but you speaking in the cap. Hustling on the ground, acting told you relax. These motherfucker watching, waiting on the fumble. 10 toes down, fuck me and humble. Came from the bottom out the mud, I was struggling. Coming out the tunnel like a stunner, I'm gunning. Bitch, short but a bitch still major. Take your bit with it flavor. Drip drip cause I'm lit.
What's up, family, and thank you for joining another episode of Tapping into Talent, brought to you by Black Gay Table Talk. Today is a special day, and you'll find out why. All I got to say is, we want Melo, we want Melo.
I like it.
Yes, so for today's episode, we have up-and-coming artist Melo, who is moving and shaking, making things happen for us, for all of us, I have to say. So we'll get started. Melo, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining us. It's been a while in the making, I will say, but we here. Okay?
That's right. Better late than never, right?
Right. Better late than never. So for our viewers that may not know you or be familiar with you yet, what's your story?
My stage name is Mello Cool as fuck. I've been doing music professionally now. Whew, I lose track of time about 6 or 7 years now.
It's been a
Um,
while.
yeah, it's been long. My musical background, I really don't have one. I never was in a band. I tried to play the cello when I was growing up, but it didn't work out for me. So I left it alone. And I started rapping maybe when I was about sixth grade. Me and one of my friends, her name is Jocelyn. But we used to call ourselves the Hot Girls.
Hey.
So so I started rapping about sixth grade and just like playing around with it, recorded my first song my senior year of high school. It was called I Know You Ain't Bucking Ho. I was bad, so you already know what that means. We were ready to rumble around there. From Atlanta, group spent a lot of my time in downtown, the downtown Atlanta area, in Capitol Homes. While my mom was in college. When my mom graduated from college, we moved over to East Atlanta, and I finished out my scholastic years in DeKalb County. For those of you that don't know, I went to McNair High School. Shout out to McNair. Went to college for a little while and decided I wanted to do some other things. So one of those things was teaching. I used to be a teacher. I know a lot
Really?
of people don't believe it. Yeah, I used to teach. I used to teach pre-K.
Wow.
From teaching pre-K, I landed a really really great job working at a charter school, one of the premier charter schools in Atlanta. And that's when I really started indulging more into my music career. I know people like you picked a peculiar time, but I was making more money then, so I could put more money into what I wanted to do, like professionalism with the music, going to the real studio, mixing and mastering and things like that. And so from that point, I just started making the music, and we just
There you
went
go.
on up.
I love it. Wow. Pre-K though, like you liked it. You have to have a
I was like
special.
the best teacher ever. Like I
I can
utilized
imagine.
music to teach my kids. So that's how I taught. And I also taught in the refugee community. And it was a lot of like Somalian families, Ethiopian, Eritrean, Nepali,
Hmm.
Burmese. It was just a lot of different types of families and non-verbal children. So I had to figure out a way to reach them. So I used to make up songs. I
Oh.
would play music that kind of sound similar to music on the radio, but it wasn't quite. Was it like Kids Bop? That's what it was. I would
Uh-huh.
play like Kids Bops because Kids Bops to me was ghetto. Like they took all the hood songs and remade them. So I used stuff like that to kind of reach the kids, and then to also establish that trust with them. So
Yes.
kids who they thought didn't speak English, they spoke English better than me.
Wow.
So
Oh, I love
that's
that.
yeah, pre-K. I feel like that's like the foundational years. Like
Yeah.
that's the fun part about it. Because once they get to middle school and the draws get a little tight on their ass, they get to acting up and
Hmm.
you know, not me and coming on out. No, I'm just playing. Let me not say that I don't hit the kids. I ain't never hit no kids. But
All in
but
fun. We
pre-K
know.
is a good age. That was a great age for me. Like
Yeah.
they still babies, but
Wow. I love that. I think that just made me fall in love with you even more.
oh
Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But tapping into a few things that you said though, it kind of I can see that you still have those values even as you travel this music career and your journey with being an artist because I attended an event that you had, the Last Days of Winter event, for LGBTQ plus artists in Atlanta, right? So even in that, with you having that type of setup and bringing other people along and helping teach them about, performing and doing the whole not like, which it was an amazing event, by the way,
Thank you.
amazing. But I can still see that you have those same values of teaching and kind of helping to mold and craft what's already theirs, which is really cool.
Like
Yeah,
that's you gotta think about it. Like people, everybody want to say they're a leader. Everybody, I'm a leader. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. But being a true leader is being able to go back and bring people up as well. I
yes,
mean, I know I'm not, up there. I'm not Drake level. I'm not Birdman level. I'm not Lil Wayne level. But I feel like with the knowledge that I have obtained in these 7 years, I can help some of my fellow artists. And a lot of my friends are artists. So what I look
hmm
like withholding information or withholding things that I know just for myself when I can get out here and I can really like help the masses. And that's what I'm about. It's not
yeah,
just the concert was just not about me. It was about me providing a platform for other artists. I mean, I had major labels in the building, which some of them probably would never be able to perform in front of the Black Gay Table Talk or Universal or Sony or even Empire. But I gave them an opportunity to do that. And that's
yeah.
what I'm about. When we talk about stuff like that, like I'm a leader, and that's what leaders do. They go back and they uplift everybody around them.
You better speak. I almost got up and ran through this room right now. Like, I almost ran through this room. Yes. With your music career starting, right? And you write your music too, right?
Of course.
So, what is your process of writing and getting in the zone and creating that heat that we hear?
So I created me a little space in my bedroom so that I can get up any time of the night whenever I feel like it. So the first thing of my creative process is being in a space where I can create. You got to
Hmm
be in a creative space.
Mm,
Um, the second part of that is just sometimes like I could be riding in the car and I may get motivated. Boom. When I get to the house, I get me a drink, get me a red cup.
hmm
You know what a red cup is. Get your red cup. I sit
Yeah.
down. I pull out. I have like phones that I don't even use anymore, but I just use them to write in. So I might
hmm
be writing something over here, then I write something over here, write something over there.
Yeah.
But my creative process for me right now, because I created my own space, I'm just like all over the place in here. Like I got a over here you can't see, but I got a stickies that the big large stickies. I write on them. I write
Yeah.
in my phone. I write on paper. I just do that. But like when it comes to like creating a song, if I go to a studio, my process is simple. I go in there, I'm already prepared, I'm already ready. I go in there to handle business. I'm
hmm
not trying to freestyle or anything. Now I do add freestyles to my songs,
hmm
because you may feel something different while you're in that process. But for the
Yeah.
most part, when I'm in the studio, I'm ready. I'm ready to work. So, like mine, get a little drink and just vibe and just chill. I don't like a lot of people in the studio with me. I prefer just me and the engineer. If my manager or one of my friends want to come, I'm cool with that. But I'm here to work. This is my job.
hmm
So
hmm
I don't have to be all super high, be all super drunk or anything like that. I just,
It's just a vibe. It's just a
that's it.
vibe, a creative vibe.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. Looking back, right, when you started to pursue music and you wrote your first song and you created your first song, what did support look like around you at that time?
Um, You don't need to be doing this. You shouldn't do that. You too old to do this. You need to stay working. You ain't
Mm,
gonna make no money. It was a lot of no's, a lot of negativity. It was really no support for real. It wasn't until after I did my first show that people started to say, "Okay, you might be good," because
mhm,
you sing your music to people and they like, "Oh yeah, I heard it. It's fine," but they
mhm,
ain't really gave it a listen or anything. And that's how it was for me. It was no support, honestly. I had to uplift myself to keep going.
mm.
Um,
How did you do
excuse me.
that?
I will say I did have support from the guy that I started making music with. He was my only support, and
Hmm.
even he had got on start getting on me and fussing at me a lot. But it was because I was getting comfortable with a certain type of way to do music, and he was
Mm.
trying to make me step outside of that because he like
Okay.
music is it's not just about you, it's about everybody, it's universal. And
Amen.
I'm like, okay. But just like in the midst of that, I've always been a strong willed person. I've always been I'm a bull, I'm a Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? So I'm headstrong. I don't can't nobody tell me I can't do nothing. Whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna have to be the best at it.
All right.
That's my thing.
Come on,
So
Scorpio.
I didn't need people telling me no. I heard a lot of no's growing up.
Hmm.
I was a chubby kid. Oh, you too fat to play basketball. Well, I was the best point guard in DeKalb County.
Come
Maybe
on
I
now.
might have been. I might have been. I was a little bit up there. I had the best free throw percentage in the county though, because I get on that
Right.
line and I knock them down. That's what they call me, shake and bake. But
Holla
all I'm
back.
saying, but I like I'm used to like kind of doing things on my own. Like I'm a loner, but I'm not a loner. But when
Hmm.
it comes to getting things done, I do it by any means. So at first the support was minimal, but now I feel like I'm just super overwhelmed with the
Hmm.
amount of support I get, even from my parents. Like my dad never knew that I could rap. My
Really?
mom, she used to like hear me rapping and tell me to shut up all the time. Shut up. You're making too much noise. And I'm like, one day I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna be making them hundreds and fifties rapping and you gonna want some of that money. And she was like, whatever. But she always tell me to be quiet. But I mean now, like I said, I'm in a place where not having that support, it made me go harder. It made me fight. It made me become more ambitious. Like you got to do it. You got to get it because it wasn't about everybody else and what they wanted me to do. It was about what I felt like my vocation was, what my purpose is, my
Hmm.
passion.
How do you feel that those no's and that lack of support that you had helps you create and craft ways to help and pull other artists that come about?
It makes me more relatable to them. It makes me more understanding. Like when you have an artist who can't sell 10 tickets at an event, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna say, okay, well you can't perform. Come on, don't worry about it. Me and my friends, we gonna support you. I'm gonna support you. It makes me want to do more for them, show up for them because I've been there. I know how it feels.
Got you. So we we know who Mello is on stage, right? And in the community. Who is Mello at home? Like what is a typical day at home with you when you're not creating, you don't have work to do? What's a typical day?
I don't know. Like I just feel like I'm always in that space. Like I'm
Really?
always working. I'm always being creative. I mean, I guess like I like to watch TV. I like to lay in the bed sometimes. I like to nap from time to time when I can, because I
Hmm.
rarely get a chance to nap. So I don't know. I mean, I guess a day would be like my spending time with my family,
Hmm.
with my partner. I have like a goddaughter. I get to spend time with her on those off days.
Hmm.
I mean, just I don't know. My life is just consistent mellow all the time. Like even when I want to take a chill pill, it's still
Yeah.
hold on, wait a minute. Hello, yes, okay, hold on. Hello, yes, okay, okay, I'm coming. It's just always something. So
Yeah. Sometimes though, even being a creator though, a creative, it's hard to turn it off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta capture and seize those moments when you have those sparks so they don't, miss you or whatever, or, it doesn't snowball into something bigger that you have to do now. So I get that. I do get that.
it's like I'm always somewhere. Like even when I say, okay, Sunday, I'm not doing nothing mellow related, no music, no writing. I'm just gonna relax my mind, my body. I still
Mhm.
end up getting on my phone and making something. I done made a booking flyer, or I'm on my computer. I'm making something. I'm doing something because in my mind, I always feel like I have something to do.
Mhm. Mhm. I got
So definitely, it's just my life is mellow.
you. I got you. And it's a constant balancing act. You know what I'm saying? Day to day. You might have more of this day, less of this that day. So it's a constant balancing act. And nobody's gonna be perfectly spot on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's cool. So what's your favorite song to perform?
Um, for a while it was Role Model.
Okay. Why so?
It just gives me like this different type of energy. Like it's like that song that I wrote when I was mad and angry. You know how people, everybody got haters. That was my song to address the haters. You
Mm-hmm.
know, on your role model, little nigga, short but still a tall figure. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's my song to let y'all know. Like I know y'all hear y'all talking in the back. Ain't nobody saying nothing up here. That's like that song. So for a long time it was Role Model. But I think now I really enjoy performing this song I have called Smoke.
Okay.
Now Smoke is one of them other songs too. It's like, Ho on smoke, applying pressure make a choke. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of them songs where I'm in your face. I can come over there and grab somebody out the crowd and rap to them. Like it's just it gives me this different type of energy. It's almost like I don't know. It's almost like I transform or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I get to dancing and moving around. And like
Yeah.
my regular day to day, I can't dance. My knees be hurting. You know, body aching the next day. But I don't know. It just gives me this energy, and it just propels my performance from here to just there. And it doesn't matter like where I am. Like I
Yeah.
performed it last Wednesday, this Wednesday that just passed with a live band. And I still felt that same energy. I mean, with a band, it took me a little bit higher because that
Mm-hmm.
was my first time performing with a whole band. I mean, we got a piano, we got the drummer, and we got a lady playing the bass guitar. I mean, it was just a whole different experience for me. But when
Yeah.
I did that song and they started playing with I was like, oh, wait a minute. I just kind of lost myself for a minute.
Yeah.
So I
I
would have to
love it.
say Role Model and Smoke, my favorite two to perform.
Got it. You just made me think back. I want to say it was while you were performing Miss No Sleep. Vibes up here. Like it was so lit. And then you did come down to the audience and you were rapping to people. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole vibe and it was so interactive and it was next level. Like it was amazing because you do want to see artists come out and engage with people who come to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
don't discount your fans or potential fans. Like make that connection with them, and just even them being that close to you, you giving off that energy. You know what I'm saying? And energy is real big, and I can tell you big on energy too.
I mean, I feel like as an independent artist, most places you go that never heard your music before,
Hmm.
it may be two or three people in there that know you, and they like, she about to do such and such and such and such, and everybody else like, we don't know her. Who is that? I feel
Hmm.
like as an independent artist, your main objective is to go into these showcases or shows or concerts or whatever and sell yourself. You cannot give if you don't give a good performance, nobody not gonna listen to your music. Like
Mm.
most of my music that I make now is music that I know I can perform because I
Hmm.
know that's my selling point. Like I know at the concert, even though he slowed my music down. Like
Hmm.
he slowed Miss No Sleep down so much, but in a way, it kind of was. It gave y'all actually heard what I said because I rap really fast on Miss No Sleep, but because he slowed it down, y'all was able to hear it. Some of y'all was like, What did she just say? What? Like she crazy, okay. But
Yeah.
it pulled y'all in. And that's my objective as a performer, to pull you in. Cause a lot of y'all are new to me. A lot of my new fans, they're new to me. They don't know music from back in 2017 or 2018 that I created. They
Right.
don't know any of my old music. So even when I come back and perform my old music, they like, man, what is it? Man, they've
Right.
been out for 4 years now.
Right. And they going back and started from the beginning.
So
I
that's my
did.
job.
I did that too. I went back and I started from the beginning. Like once I was introduced to you, I'm like, oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Let me. Yes.
But you can definitely hear a difference though. If you listen to like my EP Mellow, that was like my first EP. I worked with GMP on that entire project. You
Hmm.
can hear the difference from That was 2017, 18. You can hear the difference between then and then if you go listen to Miss No Sleep now or even Spaceships, it's a totally different sound. I found
Mm-hmm.
my sound. I got more comfortable with making music.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition to that, I learned more about sound. I took sound design classes. Well, during the pandemic, I saw some free stuff online.
That part. I
I
love
was
it.
on I did this songwriting seminar with a British guy, a
Yeah.
guy that wrote songs for Taylor Swift, Beyonce. It was a free webinar. I got on that webinar. I sat on there for 4 hours and I watched it. He talked about the contrast in songs, how you should write this and that, how to write a Grammy winning song, a hit record. I said
Mm-hmm.
that and I did all of that stuff during the pandemic. I took advantage of that little time that I had to sit.
Wow. Wow.
So now in my music, you can kind of hear like my arrangements are better. Um, my flow patterns are better. My cadences are better. Even the way that like I find like I used to rap on the bass parts of the beat, like the boom, boom, boom. I used to rap on that rhythm of the beat. Now I can hit the
Yeah.
I can hit the flute part that's on there, any type of instrument. Now I can rap on any type of part of the beat because
Yeah.
I perfected my craft to that in that way.
Yes. Yes. And I'm glad you said that too, because a lot of um artists or people who are beginning that journey, it's important for them to know, like, hey, stop for a moment, realize what you want, but work on honing in on that craft, work on perfecting it. And while perfection, it's up there, right? You perfection can be unattainable, you know what I'm saying? But you're working on strengthening your skill set, strengthening your gift so that once it is presented, it can be presented even better than it was. It's an evolution.
Right. Like
Yeah.
instead of that word perfection, I like to use mastered.
Come on now.
Because you nothing's perfect. Nobody's gonna be perfect. But you
True.
can master something.
True.
You can definitely master it. And that's what I feel like as artists, you have to master your craft. You have to be
Mm,
able to go into a room and be who you are, be authentic, and know what you're doing. If not, they're gonna swallow you up.
that's
Then
true.
you'll be out here doing something that's not even known to you. You'll be a stud rapper. Next thing you know, you be wearing makeup and eyelashes because you have not mastered your craft. So
True.
you're allowing somebody else to come in and tell you what to do, and you don't know because you haven't figured out who you are as an artist. You just letting people tell you this and tell you that. Next thing you know, you in dresses or you doing something that's foreign to you, and then you're not comfortable.
Mm.
And being an artist, you have to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Being comfortable makes you secure. And
That's
all of
true.
those things contribute to you mastering your craft. So it's nothing wrong with if you want to go back to school and learn how to do this, there's nothing wrong with educating yourself. I think that's where a lot of artists like fall off at
Mm-hmm.
because they don't keep their minds open, their ears open to learning new things. It's okay to learn new things. You don't always have to adopt. Take what you need, leave what you don't.
Yes.
But that's just my thing. Like my grandmother always told me, whatever you do, be the best at it. You want to be a hooker, be the best hooker on the block. You
Amen.
want to be a drug dealer, be the best drug dealer in the city. Whatever you want to do, be master it, be the best at it.
Be the
And that
best.
has always been something that I have taken with me throughout my life.
Wow. Wow. I love that. I almost ran again. Look, I'm gonna try to get through this. So, well, let me ask you this. Now, we talked about smoke and we talked about, well, let me ask you, what was your inspiration behind Miss No Sleep?
So I haven't put out any music since I want to say 2022, maybe 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go back and check. I don't think so, but I've made a lot of music since then. I just have
Mm-hmm.
not dropped anything. Um, but I felt like Miss No Sleep was like letting y'all know, like, don't think that, don't think Mello done. Don't think Mello took a break. I'm not missing no sleep about nothing that's being said, none of that. I'm coming back. This is like my I'm back in the game song. Like, I
Yeah.
came back. I've been signed with a label, Guala Runners Music Group. Shout out to them. And I have major label distribution. So I felt like Miss No Sleep was that song that's letting y'all know, like, I know I took a little hiatus because I had to get my
Yeah.
mind right.
Right.
Baby, I ain't miss no sleep. I
Hey.
ain't miss no sleep. I'm here. I'm here. Don't think it's over with. It ain't. I'm coming even harder now.
I love that. And that's so what is given too. That is so what is given. 5 years from now, what do you hope that you will have accomplished by then?
Two things. One, I hope I will. I hope I would be on a mainstream platform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be all the way at the top because it's just a certain amount of fame I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to be in a position where I can do what I do now, give back.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing too is I want to move into like an artist development standpoint. I mean an artist development career. I
Mm-hmm.
want to help upcoming artists, and I know that the more that I can get as an artist, the more I can give.
Yeah.
As a teacher, teaching is my
Right.
thing. The more I can give back to other artists. So two things: I want to be mainstream, and I want to be in a place where I can help other artists to come up as well, and especially other LGBTQ artists. I mean,
Yeah.
that's that's a thing right there. You either got to be a young MA or you got to be Saucy Santana. You can't be in between, and I want the in between.
I was going to ask you that. How important do you think representation of an LGBTQ plus artist is in the industry?
It just gives us hope. It just
Yeah.
gives us hope to know that we can get to that level,
Mm-hmm.
without having to compromise ourselves. I mean, not to be controversial or anything, but look at the Brat. She's an artist who she been a lesbian all her life. Let's just be for real. She have, but she has dabbled and dabbed with men. She's changed her entire look. Now she wants to come and be a lesbian and be accepted in that light. But it's like when we really needed you, you didn't show up for us.
Mm.
Like you hid who you were, which entail it makes other LGBT artists or other LGBT people hide who they are. Because if you somebody in a spotlight and you can't be who you are, then
Mm.
how can I be who I want to be?
Right.
And so I feel like the ball has been dropped with that in the music industry on the mainstream level. Like, yeah, they all want to be bisexual and all that. Oh, they want to kiss girls in videos, but that's just not the life that you living. This is all for show. If a real lesbian walked up on you, you'd probably be scared. You probably leave your drawers at the scene because you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Or if a real gay man approach you, you leave your drawers right there on the floor. You don't know what to do. And I
Right.
feel like there has been no real representation for the LGBTQ plus community. I mean, now you have like T.S. Madison, which is a great thing. You have the trans woman from what is it, Orange is the New Black.
Oh yes. Yes.
They came in and she's kind of started. They're opening up doors, and that's what I like about it. So now I feel like now that those doors are being opened in Hollywood and in other places. Now musically, it's time for us to come up. Like Young and May, I like her music. Don't get me wrong, but she don't represent the LGBTQ community. She doesn't. She doesn't.
What?
Her appearance does, but she does not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. How often can you get these LGBT artists to come to a pride event?
Now that is true, and I want to talk about that too. Like, why is that?
See, you got to be a radical. You got to have a radical mindset. Mind state. You can't as a LGBTQ artist. First of all, as a person in the LGBTQ community,
Mm-hmm.
what happens when we go out in public? All eyes are on us. It don't matter. We could be at the McDonald's. They be in the back.
Come on now.
You could be anywhere, shopping with your partner, anything. All eyes are on you. You get
True.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in the music industry, you gotta have that same type of mentality. That's just like when we go somewhere, we gonna put it on. We gonna be looking good. Cause we know y'all gonna be watching us. But as an artist, you gotta better do the same thing. You gotta be radical. You gotta kick the door down. You
True.
can't, it's no more of, okay, I'm gonna go in here and then I'm gonna let them put the eyebrows on me and then I'm gonna just feminine myself up a little bit as a stud, but I'm a stud rapper, but I'm gonna be just a little bit feminine for them because I want to impress them. Like, no, you gotta kick the door in. Hey, I am what I am. If you don't want me, by next.
Right.
Who's outside? Come on in. You
Wow.
know. but
Wow.
it's not a lot of that going on. Now I will say Saucy Santana, he's true to himself to the core. I mean, he gonna pop it how he gonna pop it. And I like
Mm-hmm.
that about him.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, it makes it kind of hard a little bit for other male gay artists too. You see what I'm saying?
It kind of does.
Because it's like, okay, you got to be like that. You can't be just a regular dude and just a regular gay man, not a feminine gay man or a flamboyant gay man. You got to be a flamboyant gay man to get into the music industry or to be heard for people
Yeah.
to even look at you. Instead of just a regular man, I'm just a regular LGBTQ man, like Chris June, for
Mm-hmm.
example, a man of his stature. To me, he looks like a regular guy. He don't, he don't do this and he don't have all that other stuff going on.
So he's not.
But
So
for
that's where
him, huh?
femininity comes into play. So he's not feminine.
Right.
So therefore, he's not the
He
right.
ain't gay enough.
Right. Right.
He ain't gay enough. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I said it's either you got to be here or you got to be there. There's no in between. So what happens to all of the artists in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the feminine artists? Even the feminine women that are lesbians.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to them? What happens to masculine men that are gay? And then
Mm-hmm.
even with the trans, like what happens to the trans people who just want to be identified as who they live their life as. They
Right.
don't want to have that title on them.
Right.
And that's a lot of times why a lot of LGBTQ artists are they don't go as hard as they should go because they don't want to be labeled. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
be a stud rapper. I don't want to be a gay rapper. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be a trans singer, a trans rapper. You see what I'm saying? A lesbian singer, a lesbian rapper. You want to be identified as one, but in the industry, you got to be either or.
Yeah.
Can't be in between.
You can't.
So
Wow. Wow. That's interesting. Um, damn, I'm glad we tackled that because let me process. So, first off, I'll say that's where we come in at. You get what I'm saying? And I feel
exactly.
like we understood the assignment, and in our perspective, in our own ways, we're looking back, we're pulling them back. Okay, look, see this person, see this, see that, hear this, listen to that, look at them. You know what I'm saying? And I think the more we do that and the more we pull other people who want to do that, I think it will become more normal for us. Now,
Right.
I don't know that I don't know when the mainstream uh how can I don't want to say pat on the back, but I don't know when that mainstream piece will happen, but I think for the most part a lot of us would be okay if it's not mainstream according to the straight person's world, as
Right.
long as it's mainstream in our world, because ultimately they are two different worlds. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
So,
people don't look at it like that. They are. They are definitely two different
yeah,
worlds.
yes. Interesting. Oh.
That's why,
So,
like with the, I don't mean to cut you off. Like with the
okay.
concert, my goal was to have a L, a G, a B, a T, a Q, and some pluses. Okay,
Right.
I made sure we had to hit every level. Like when I felt like too many studs was like, I was like, no, no, that's it. No more studs. No more
Mm-hmm.
studs. I need some trans women. I need some gay men. I need to hit every letter because I want every letter in the community to know there is a platform for you. And
Yes.
that was my first time doing that. I've
Yeah.
never thrown a LGBT event. Never.
Really.
That was my very first.
Yo, the level of professionalism, like, and for those of y'all that don't know, we were guests and sponsor, media sponsors for the event. Real talk, from the moment that we were contacted, the level of professionalism was it was there. I hadn't experienced it yet doing what we do, and so I appreciated it, and I took some notes. Real talk, but even and we know things happen, and you got to adjust on the spot. I appreciate, and I'll say this now, I appreciate the level of professionalism, the level of thought that was put into every detail, and the details do matter.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, from the vendors that were there, it's like you left no stone unturned. Like, yes, we got artists, but guess what? We got vendors too. Like, I want you to see these people. Everybody come in. Let's put everybody's hand in the pot and let's make some magic. And that's what it felt like, real talk. So,
And like with that, even with the vendors, LGBT.
yes.
Except for one. One of them was one of my cousins, Chances Made Champions. He's
Uh,
not, but he was like, I need to be a part of this because I feel like this gonna be major.
yeah.
And it's an opportunity for me to put people in my clothes. And I said, hey, let's do it. And my event was family oriented. I mean, my mom and my aunt and my one of my managers, her girlfriend or her friend, whatever, I don't know. Her friend, girlfriend, whatever. They
Uh-huh.
did the bar. My girlfriend's family was one of the food vendors. Was Lee J's, the one that where y'all was tearing up them wings
Yes.
and them,
Yes.
yeah.
Them
That
wings are
that that
fire
that was
too.
my girlfriend's family. My girlfriend sold cupcakes there.
Yes.
Um the DJ, he was a good friend of mine.
Mhm.
Um the lady who decorated the vendor, I've been working with her for years. We've done fashion shows and everything together. The vendors that I use were vendors that I hand selected. Even the artists are artists. Some of those artists I just met on the whim. Like I put it out there, they said, hey, I want to perform. But
Mhm.
majority of those artists are artists that I have personal relationships with that I consider to be a part of my business family.
Mhm.
So everything was everything was methodical, everything was well planned, everything. I mean, down to the snow on the floor. Like it
Yeah.
was it was very like you can't even see it. I got sticky notes over here of everything I needed to order off of Amazon, off
Yeah.
of it. Like it was just everything. But my main reason for wanting to do that, like I told you before, was to provide that platform for the artists, but then
Mhm.
also to create opportunity for my family. My cousin worked the door. I paid her. My other
Mhm.
cousins worked the parking lot, made sure nobody cars got broken into. I paid them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I put majority of my family was in position to make money. I
Yeah.
didn't charge them vendors. The vendors only paid, I want to say $50,
Mhm.
and that just went towards the venue. You
Got it.
get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't. And if they said I don't have 50, just still come on, put your stuff out here. People
Yeah.
need to see what you're doing.
I
Like that's my whole initiative and my whole purpose. Like I mean, yeah, I made a little bit of money from it, but it wasn't as much as I put in.
right.
I
I
mean, I
got
got
you.
posters made for all the artists. Like it was just a lot. So like with that concert, like, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm thinking about doing it twice a year. I may
Yeah.
do last days of winter and the last days of summer. I haven't figured it out yet. But but that being my first LGBTQ event was it meant a lot to me. You said you cried, I cried afterwards too because
I did.
I
I
was
was
overwhelmed with the success. Like it was packed in there.
it was. It
It,
was.
it was packed. It was like people that I had promised tables to, and I was like, I did not know they was bringing all these people. It was people I didn't even think that. Now I throw showcases and stuff, but I charged $30 at the door. I
Mhm.
didn't even think people was gonna pay that. Man, it was so many people paid to come in there.
Yes,
And
because what you did is needed. That look, we came from Chicago. Like it was needed.
right.
And I think the even bigger thing for me was I have to make this visible because I'm sure it's happening, right? But where's that visibility piece? And are we doing what we need to do to help increase that visibility? You know what I'm saying? I feel like an event like that, especially you putting it all your thought and details in it, like you said, everything you needed to order from Amazon, everything you need to this, and then turn around and perform too and remember what your set go. I was like, damn. That is you could it's nothing but passion. It's passion
right.
for what you're doing and the bigger meaning behind what it represents. And I love that. And I thank you for that because you gave something not just to me or to our watchers, but to the community as a whole that we needed. So thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you for coming. Thank
Yes.
you for coming. I even had some Greek steppers in there. That was new to me. The LGBT fraternities and stuff. And they showed up now.
They
And I
showed out.
they did, and I was kind of like, whoa, like I was like, okay then, because
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked, because I was worried. I ain't gonna lie, I was worried. I had been in communication with them. I'm like, y'all got your stuff together, y'all ready? Y'all got 5 minutes? They like, yeah, we got it, we good, we been practicing. I'm like, y'all ain't send me no video clip, y'all ain't send me no nothing. I don't know what's going on, but I was so impressed, and I said, that is something that I think I want to tap into too. The
Yeah.
LGBT Greek. They have a regular, Greek picnic every year, but let's do an LGBT Greek. Let's
Mhm.
bring some awareness to them too, because a lot of their organizations are built on principles of helping, uplifting, family. Because what people fail to realize is still to this day, a lot of LGBTQ plus people do not have family support, do not have parental support. So that's what groups like these LGBT fraternities and sororities come in there. They provide that family for them. They give them that type of love. And
Yeah.
so that needs to be something that's visible as well. I mean, I'm sure they get a lot of heat from the Divine Nine, but guess what? It's okay. Just like they made them letters, they can make some more.
Mhm. True.
So I definitely want to shout out to the LGBTQ plus Greeks and fraternities and sororities, because
Yeah.
that was top tier for me. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
as far as me performing, I was supposed to host as well, but my team was like, you can't host, put the party together, coordinate, find seating. You can't do all that. So I had to delegate, and that's something that was new to me. To
Oh,
trust my baby with these people, like so. I
yeah.
had baby Q. She's my talent manager. I had her running the stage. Um, I had another friend of mine. Her name is Ashley. She been telling everybody she the event coordinator. I had her running around making
Yeah.
sure the artists had water backstage. If they needed a beverage, they had a beverage. I
Yeah.
had her running around making sure everybody had hookahs. They were supposed to have hookahs. Like I had to delegate different, jobs to people. So that's how I was able to focus on performing and the show. Because
Yeah.
my managers was like, you need to be in artist mode, get in artist mode. And I'm like, I can't get in artist mode all the way. I could be like 60% artist, but 40%, this my event. I gotta make sure this shit running the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So I was upstairs, around downstairs, in the
You
back,
were. You
outside.
were.
I was everywhere, but I told Baby Q what I wanted, and she did it. I said, "Listen, I need you to find me some media. I need people to know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like I've thrown a concert before, but it wasn't that much media there. Nobody knew what we did.
Mhm.
They saw little pieces of it, but I needed it to be everywhere this time, because I felt like this was something major for the
Yeah.
community. So I
Yeah.
was like, Q, I need you to find me some podcasts, some media teams, whatever you can find. And she got on it, and she did exactly what I asked her to do. When she came back, she was like, I got the Black Gay Table Talk. I'm like, what? She was like, yeah, they coming from out of town. I said, all right, we're gonna give them free passes. And then y'all got on there and y'all purchased
Yeah.
VIP passes. And I was like, Q, they purchased with the discount. They purchased it. She was like, okay, we gonna set them up. I said, the free hookah, free champagne.
I love it.
Like,
I love it.
because for me, it's an honor. I don't have such a well, now I'm building up my presence more so in the LGBT community,
Mhm.
because I just came out as a rapper at first. I
Mhm.
wasn't trying to be a stud rapper, a lesbian rapper. I didn't want that label on me.
Just a rapper. Yeah.
I just wanted to be a rapper, so I kind of shied away from the community at first. I would
Mhm.
go here, there, I'm everywhere except for with my people. But I started to realize that if I get the support of my people and my community,
Mhm.
we can take over.
Mhm. Mhm. That's
Like
true.
it's mainstream artists that's trying to tap into my community. So why am I trying to leave
Exactly.
it?
And that's the truth. The money, the money is we got it. It's in our
All
community.
of it. Mm-hmm.
And they definitely trying to tap in. So why that's important. And I think and I'll shout out seven deep. He's a rapper, and we interviewed him, and his message was go where you celebrate it. Go where you
Right.
celebrate it, and lift that people up as they lift you up. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I love that, and it's true. What do you have coming up that we should have people be ready for?
So right now I just started a podcast. I do it every Tuesday. It's called Let Me Spin Your Shit. I got
Okay.
I like to cuss. I'm sorry. It got to be a cuss word every once in a while. Um, right now we're in our first season, which is our pilot season.
Hmm.
Working out a lot of different kinks. We go live on Facebook every Tuesday. We supposed to go at 8, sometimes we be on CP time. So it'd be about 8,
Look,
8:10, 8:15. It's the
look.
latest. But that's a new venture that I'm working on, and that's also a part of what I said I want to do, providing platforms for independent artists. So
Mm-hmm.
this is an inclusive space though. Anybody can come on this show that's interested. What we do is we give them an interview, like how you interviewing me. We
Mm-hmm.
ask them questions so they can be ready for platforms like yours. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? A lot of
Okay.
artists, they skipping that whole artist development piece, and they just like, oh, you ask them a question and they just like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, man, oh yeah, and then shout it, man, yeah, fuck them nigga, man, all like you like
Yeah.
what? I asked you like what? So with the Let Me Spin Your Shit podcast radio show, we are a platform for all artists at every level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we ask questions, we play music, we talk about current events. I have a production team now. Shout out to Calliewood ENT. Shout out to my DJ and my sound director. His name is Dreek Vegas. Um, my show manager Hood Brick Hood. Um, Baby Q is a part of this too. I mean, it's a team
Yes.
of us. But so right now I'm working on the podcast. And getting that to a place where I can really start, making it. I can get on the
It's,
Black Gay Table Talk level. You feel what I'm saying?
we're growing, and I
Uh,
will admit, it's important. It's a lot, and like you said, you got that team of people, and if you I wish you all the success with it.
I
And
appreciate
with
that.
you making sure that you tap into those people and you bring that talent from our community up, it ain't no way but up. You know what I'm saying? There's nowhere to go but up. So
And it's
I'll be
strictly for
pushing you.
independent artists. Of course, once we get a little bit higher in stature and a little deeper in our pockets, we'll be able to bring on other mainstream artists that can give out jewels. Cause that's what it's about. It's about helping artists. It's
That
not
part.
like our first season. We doing free interviews, free sponsorships. I'm doing free promo, everything for the first 15 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you'll see if you tap in, you follow us on Instagram or Facebook. It's Let Me Spin Your Shit. It's LetMeSpinYoShHHH. Yeah, it's like shit, but it's like SHHH.
Right.
Like
I love it. Okay.
But if you tap in on there, you'll see it's a lot of artists that participated in the concert on the 9th of March. Interviewing them, we asking questions, we asking tough questions. We just had young lady go by the name of Big Moolah last week.
Mm-hmm.
She interviewed. She just had a viral moment where she did Young Miami from the City Girls, and she went banana. She from Chicago,
Really?
really. Big Moolah. Well, Shay Moolah was her name, but she changed it to Big Moolah. But she about this tall, got a lot of personality, a lot of attitude. But yeah, she went viral for dissing Young Miami.
Got it. I'm gonna have to
So
look her
she
up.
came and she blessed us and blessed our audience with some jewels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, I will be dropping a project. My birthday is Halloween, so we call it Melloween around here.
Hey.
So I'll be dropping Melloween 2, October 31st, 2024. I
Got it.
have a video for Miss No Sleep that will be coming out either late July, beginning August. I'm in my rollout right now, so I got a one mic that's dropping on YouTube. It should drop this week. It may already be on there. I don't know. I think so. It's a
Look,
lot going
it's
on.
right. I love it though.
um, I'm always performing. I've been working with a PR by the name of Portia Madri. She's been helping me with bookings and putting me, with a few famous people. So if you go down my timeline, I've been with Young Jock. I actually won an interview with him on his upcoming podcast. So be on the lookout for that. I met the lady from Zatima.
Mm-hmm.
Angela. Um, met King Harris. He not the king, but I met a king. I'm
Right, I
hoping to
did
meet
see
Ti
that.
pretty soon.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, right now you just gotta really keep up with me on Instagram. Because I mostly post on Instagram, but Facebook as well. We want Mello on all platforms. I pretty much like some things that come down the pipeline. They just coming and they just coming. And
Yes.
sometimes I can't catch them all, but or remember them all. But if you keep up with me on those platforms, you'll be able to see everything that I have going on for real, for real.
I love that. I love you. Like, you have the most genuine, authentic, like, amazing personality ever. And
Thank you.
I can tell you're a giver, right? Like, it's one thing to be an artist and be a creative and give you know what I'm saying? But it's so much more than that. And
Right.
I see your light, and your light is bright, and
Thank you.
it's only up from here. And I'm excited to be a part of your journey. Like, I want to watch, I want to support, like, and bring people along, because it's going to be a long journey and an exciting one, and I'm here for it. Nothing but successful wishes to you.
I appreciate that. And anytime I have anything going on, I will definitely be inviting you guys. And if y'all have anything going on in Chicago, let me know. I'm there. I want to
Yes.
support you guys as much as you guys support me. So let
Oh,
me know what you need me to do. I got it. I got you.
we gonna be talking soon. I got some ideas up there. We gonna be
Come
talking
on,
about
let's do it. Let's do it.
anything that you want to put out there that we did not touch on or mention. Anything you could think of.
Well, I want to shout out my team first. I want to shout out to Guala Runners Music Group. I want to shout out to Tap Legend Entertainment. That's my one of my managers. That's my business manager. Shout out to Bleeding Heart Music Management. That's my talent manager, Baby Q. Ray. Ray is with Tap Legend. I want to shout out to everyone that that's a part of everything that I have going on right now. That's helping me to become more visible to other people. That's helping me achieve my goals. Even though y'all see just me, it's a bunch of people behind me that are working, too. So I definitely want to shout out everybody. My girlfriend, Callie, Hood, C, my mom, most importantly. My mom supports everything that I do. My little sisters, they support me too. My dad, everybody, you guys, I want to shout out to you guys too for being a part of my concert on the 9th
Oh,
and, allow me to come on your platform.
of course.
Um, just to leave you guys with a message, life is short, make the best of it, but be intentional, be purposeful and, take care of your people, do
Yeah.
right by others. Don't try to scam on nobody or get over on people because everything always gonna come around and come full circle. So lead with good intentions, a pure heart, and you'll achieve any and everything that you desire and set forth. And keep
Yeah.
God first. Definitely keep God first.
Amen. Amen. I love it. Oh, I don't want it to end.
We
So
can do a part two soon. We can do a
we
part
gotta
two
have you back.
soon.
Yes.
Definitely, definitely.
All right, family. Well, you heard it here. Watch out for We Want Mellow on all platforms. If you've not listened to the new music yet, it's streaming on all major platforms. And make sure you attend some of these events coming up. You know the impact of us showing up for our community. So show up and show out. And again, Mello, thank you for joining us. You're amazing.
Thank you.